Hello, Cancer Sun sign and Cancer Ascendant. This is your forecast for July of 2016. And I'd like to say if you have a July birthday, happy birthday, or if you had one later last month, happy belated birthday. This month kicks off with you having Sun, Mercury, and Venus in your first house. First house is home to Aries. So first and foremost, as Shakespeare would say, to thine own self be true. This month is about you making sure that you are getting your own wants, needs, and desires fulfilled. And it's about you taking action to do it. So happiness is an inside job, basically, and happiness is what you're meant to push for this month. Again, the first house is home to Aries, and it's got a kind of an Aries energy, and Aries needs a challenge. It needs a mountain to climb or a battle to win. And so it's about having this inspirational vision for what you want your life to be about. So the goals that you have this month, they have to really excite you and fire you up. But having said that, this energy is infamous for starting out strong, getting bored, walking away, nothing gets done. Okay, so have that inspirational vision, but have a plan, have a strategy, and you got to be aware that you've got to complete it. And this energy can have you chomping at the bit, and you want what you want when you want it. And when you want it right frickin' now, and it doesn't really work that way. Okay, so what I would say with this energy is slow and steady wins the race, but you have to get yourself moving consistently. The first house is one of the houses of health, and when I think of the first house, it's more in alignment with physical fitness. So if you're already working out or doing some kind of physical activity, I congratulate you. Keep on keeping on. You might want to intensify things. If you're not doing anything, it's a great time to get yourself moving. It doesn't have to be anything over the top. In fact, if you are too ambitious, you could overwhelm yourself. So just start slow. Commit to doing something like walking 30 minutes a day or something simple, okay? But this is definitely about needing to feel more powerful, okay? On the other hand, the sun is in the first house, which rules Leo, so to a certain degree, there's some vanity going on here, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's all about needing to love what you see in the mirror, you know, so working out, loving your body, it's all a good thing. So I think that's a worthwhile goal for you. And it also, with Venus there, it could be, again, about vanity, and so updating your wardrobe or getting a new hairstyle or something like that. Lastly, again, I was talking about you chomping at the bit, so you're going to have to work with impatience this month. You could really feel tempted to push things really hard. I want it, and I want it now, and you can frustrate yourself. So again, I would say just walk in faith, slow and steady is going to win the race for you. So let's look at things in a bit more of a detailed manner here. You got the sun making a trine aspect to Neptune, which is going to be precise on July 3rd. Again, the sun's in your first, Neptune's in your ninth, and this is great stuff. Why? Because it's in fire houses. Fire indicates, well, fire. I'm fired up. You know, I'm just full of source energy. I have a vision for what I want, and I'm so freaking excited about it. So you feel hopeful. So this is about really getting in touch with inspiration and joy, allowing yourself to be happy and stretching for that happiness. I believe I can have it. So part of it is doing, part of it is honestly having faith, deciding to have faith. Okay. So on July 4th, there's going to be a new moon in Cancer and in your first house. So first house is the house of self, the house of new beginnings. So in some shape, form, or fashion, there could indeed be a new beginning for you. A new workout program, the beginning of a project that inspires you, a beginning of a new thought process that involves you just being more confident and quite frankly, someone who chooses to be optimistic. That's what this energy is about. Okay, now Venus makes a trine aspect to Mars, July 7th. And so Venus, again, is in your first, Mars is in your fifth house. So this is the classic male female polarity, okay? And a trine aspect is 120-degree angle, and it is as good as it gets, okay, between two planets. So what I'm trying to say, once again, you can feel more inspired, especially the first part of this month. I believe I can do it. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel just unlimited amounts of hope, and that's a very good thing. But as far as your love life, if you're single, this is a fantastic period for you to, first of all, I would say, love yourself, feel yourself worthy of having love, and then put yourself out there. Be confident. Just be confident being you. Don't feel like you have to be an actress or actor. Just be yourself. But you have to be more social. Again, more confident. But this is a great month for attracting love into your life. And if you're already in a relationship, this can be, quite frankly, a fun-filled, exciting month for you and your love life. So making quality time with your partner and planning and scheduling fun things that you both enjoy will be quite rewarding for you. Now let's look at this. July 9th, the Sun makes an opposition to Pluto. This is where things get a little bit tricky, okay? Because the first house is the house of self. It's all about me, right? Seventh house is all about them. So it's about partnership. So it's a little tricky. Oppositions on the lower path, well, it's a tug of war. I want what I want. My partner wants what they want. And it's about resisting one another. It can be a power struggle. Ultimately, oppositions are about compromise and balance and fair play. So just keep that in mind if you find yourself around this period, again, building up to July 9th, if there's kind of this yin and yang tug of war going on, just ask yourself if you're being fair. So be careful. Again, it's about balance. You don't want to demand everything that you want. That's not going to work out. Ultimately, that's what I would call a hollow victory. The other person's going to be angry and upset and hurt. But it's not about caving in and making sure that the other person's happy and sacrificing your needs. Then you're going to be the one who's angry and upset. So find balance. Okay. One more challenging thing. Saturn makes a T-square configuration to Neptune and Jupiter. So let's look at this. So you got Saturn in the 6th, Neptune in the 9th, Jupiter in the 3rd. So Saturn's going through your 6th house, and it's retrograde until August 13th. So just that by itself indicates that the work that you're doing, you're really having to bust your butt, and things might not be going the way that you want to do, and quite frankly, you might feel at times confused and even feel somewhat of a bit of despair or depression. I don't know what to do. It looks hopeless. And this energy is pretty powerful until the 20th. So a T-square, let's talk about lower path, higher path. Lower path, it can just make you miserable. I'm not happy with how things are going with my career. I just don't know what to do, okay? But this energy is ultimately what I call a driver. And instead of feeling like a victim, quite frankly, it's getting yourself a little bit pissed off, for lack of a better way to say it, and to say, you know, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to do something about it. So it's really about you working through the details of what you can do and nailing things down. In other words, having a strategy and being very disciplined with that strategy. Okay. Another thing, the 6th house is the other house of health, so there could be some health issue going on that you feel hopeless about, or in some ways don't have faith that you can heal yourself, or let's say that you don't like I don't know how you look or something, you're overweight or whatever. You can just feel like things are never going to change. So you can't let yourself, again, sink into despair or apathy. It's all about you getting a plan and being disciplined with it. And then we have a full moon on July 19th. It's in Capricorn in the 7th house. Lower path, higher path. Lower path, well, there can be some kind of blow up, some kind of heated argument in a relationship. Higher path, a constructive discussion about how you could work together or working together with your plan. So it's about partnership and then the true meaning of it. Here's what I bring to the table. Here's what you bring to the table. Let's work together in harmony. So that does indeed include or conclude your forecast for the month of July. And I'd like to say that this has been a basic forecast for the sign of Cancer. And if you'd like something more comprehensive, please contact me and we can set up a consultation where I'll look at everything in a much more in-depth manner, okay? So that I can look at how you can live up to your highest potential and find more success and happiness in your life. In that consultation, I'll always look at your forecast of where you are now and where you're headed to. And I'd also like to say that if you like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. So with that being said, I do indeed hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.